Hi all, and welcome to Night Rips. For today's opening, we're going to go ahead and open up a rack pack of 1988 Donruss. You know, the thing I always enjoyed about these rack packs was the ability to be able to look, and with wax packs you could never tell, unless you wanted to kind of peek open them a little bit to see who's at least on the bottom. Not that I ever did that, but you really couldn't tell who was actually in the pack itself, especially companies like Donruss and Fleer, because they didn't have gum. Topps would put the gum at the top, and then you could see the card at the bottom. What Donruss did is they always put puzzle pieces in. And honestly, even in these rack packs, they also included puzzle pieces here. This time it's of Stan Musial. But they'd always put them at the bottom. Fleer would put the sticker. So you could never see who's at the bottom. You'd actually have to really get into the pack to see who it was. When you got to these rack packs like this, one of the things, having this clear cellophane on it, you could always tell at least part of them. Topps, you could always see front and back because, they didn't put gum in them and they really had nothing to cover them up. It was just cards. What Donruss would do is that they would still give you the 45 cards, but they'd also give you 9 puzzle pieces, which were actually all located at the back. So you could really, if you wanted to see and try to pick out, your favorite players, what you really had to hope for is your favorite player was at the top. Like in this case, Donnie Moore, Darnell Coles, and Len Dykstra is here in the front. But the rest of the cards, you really had to open the pack, and there was really no way to snoop into them to see what it is. You'd have to do what we're about ready to do right now is let's go ahead and break this open and see who we got. So Stan Musial cards, or any of the puzzle cards that you get in these, they're the same puzzle pieces that come in the wax packs. The nice thing is that you'd get 9 pieces here. Wax packs, you'd only get 3. So in that case, because each one of these puzzles were 63 pieces, it takes 21 packs to do that. It would take 7 rack packs in order to do the same thing. So we'll go ahead and put Stan Musial over here. Longtime Cardinal. And go ahead and let's go through what we have here. Now I'm just curious. The other disadvantage with these clear cellophane is that if these packs sat in the sun at all, let's say they were in the front of a store or whatnot, or got a lot of sun, the front cards would tend to get kind of faded. Probably not as much as, when it was still new. But the fact is that these cards are now, 33 years old. So you're going to have some fade here. So let's just compare the first and the second card. And actually, that's not. You can definitely see there is some fade here, but it's not that bad. But the one fortunate thing I have to say, this is an 88. This is still right there at the beginning when everybody was getting cards. We're not really talking about cards that are really worth that much. Makes for a fun opening because, you're not really super concerned of centering and corners and all that type of stuff. You might if you get the right card, but even the right card graded is not going to be worth that much. That's what makes these packs great. If you can go to a thrift store or you can go to a Goodwill, you can find anywhere that has these packs. These are great to get kids started on because you're really not worried about the card. So go ahead and go through this. We got Darnell Coles, John Moses, Ricky Horton, Todd Benzinger, took 2 cards, Nick Eske, oh geez, it's been a while since I've heard his name, Isaki, Kevin Setzer, Dave Stibe, Greg Myers, Todd Stoddard. There's Jose Lynn's rated rookie card. And Jeff Treadway's. Oh, that's a good card. Of course, I'd look at it, and it's not quite centered, but, and it's definitely not centered top and bottom. So, definitely not a Gem Mint 10. Here's Ted Higuera, Don Robinson. Take 2 cards again. Greg Gagne and Gerald Young. And to show you the back looks a lot real similar to, I mean, it's the same card as the wax packs. Very Topps-like, you know, your single photo on the front, you might be holding a bat, might be looking like he's pitching, and then on the back, nothing but facts. A little bit of career highlights. So, interesting card. Very basic, though. So let's go ahead and see who we got in the second pack. It was interesting we get 2 rated rookies in that little first blister. To include Treadwell, who was actually a bigger name. But not Gem at 10. Pity. Put Stan over here. Stan the man. And we got old Lenny Dykstra. Dale Svem. Charlie Hugh. Pete Smith. I better not screw up his name. Oh, that's another good card. There's Darryl Strawberry. Actually, real nice. Actually, how long he had been played. He's only played it for a few years. Yeah, he started playing in '83. So, 5 years. Ray Searage. Jeff Robinson. Greg Gross. Brett Butler. So always fun to open some of these old packs and remember the names that you long forgot about. Scott Bradley. And obviously I forgot about him because half of them I can't even pronounce anymore. Ed Romero. Bill Madlock. Luis Quinones. We have a Shane Raleigh Diamond Kings art card. And Mike Boddicker. Okay. We got Darryl, so that's a good one. Definitely a good find. You know, one of those cards that you like to have for your collection. Of course, if you're like me, you like to collect the whole set, so every one of those cards, as long as it's not a dupe, is good for me. All right. Stan's watching us. So, Stan the man, let's go put you over here with the rest of your face. If you just, here's the good thing, is we can actually put his whole face together. Actually, we can actually put quite a bit of them together. Huh. I wonder if it planned it that way. That's cool. All right. And for the third blister, we have Donnie Moore, Mike Griffin, Juan Castillo. Oh, that's a good card. Eddie Murray. I don't got a lot of him as a Dodger, but I remember Eddie Moore as an Oriole. There's Tim Burke. Jeff Reed, back-to-back Expos. There's Dave Martinez. Johnny Ray. Robin Yount, another very memorable player. Shane Mack. Pedro Guerrero. Long time Dodger. How many years had he played by that point? He had played 83 or since 83, so he's another one that been playing there for a while. Sean Dustin and Domingo Ramos. Oh, I've got 2. Domingo Ramos, and last but not least, Mark Knudsen. All right, so we only got 1 Diamond Kings out of that one. Definitely got some names to be known. The Darryl Strawberries, the Robin Younts, the Eddie Murrays. Some great players, some Hall of Famers. Nothing too nothing too crazy. I wasn't expecting anything too crazy. That's probably the one disadvantage when you're starting to talk about, the earlier cards. You know, you look at the 50s, 60s, 70s, even early 80s Topps cards. They have a mystique to them just because of when they were done. When you started getting into the 86 through, right to the strike in 94, there was a lot of experiments. Donruss was one of those ones that was experimenting. Topps was experimenting. Upper Deck was brand new. They started in 1988. Everybody was doing something a little bit different. I think it kind of melded and became what it is. Why, now that we've got, you look at something like Gypsy Queen, and Gypsy Queen is so unique. You look at even, say, Top Series, and with all the parallels that are in them and autographs and stuff like that, all that stuff came from what we know as the junk wax era. So honestly, you have to go back and look, knowing that this is how the hobby grew, and start appreciating for what it is, not for the value of the cards. So it was the evolution, I think, that became what our hobby is today. And, one of the reasons I love opening this stuff is to show we had to go through this to get to where we are now. And I'm extremely grateful for that. So that's why I do enjoy opening, this older stuff, to see where we were, just to know where we are now. So let me know what you think. Do you feel the same way, or are these just, cards that they're throwaway and you don't care about throwing them in the spokes of your bicycle tire? Not that anybody does that anymore. Or do you feel like I do, that this is part of the history that grew our hobby to what it is? So go ahead, leave any of your comments down in the comment section below. And if you like exploring this world of the evolution of collecting cards, especially baseball cards, go ahead, hit the bell to know to get the notification whenever I put a new one up, and go ahead and subscribe. Your subscription lets me know that people are enjoying what I'm doing, and you want more of this, because I'm going to do more of this. And I'm going to open old, I'm going to open new, because I like to see the evolution of where we have. Plus, I'm a collector. I love, getting all these old cards, all the new cards, just to put my sets together, and I enjoy sharing it with you. So with that being said, until next time, see ya.